In 2023, my wife and I moved 1,500 miles across the country to a city we had never been before. Now that it's been one full year since we moved, here are 5 things that I've learned after leaving my hometown. What's up? My name is Eric. I'm a photographer, filmmaker, and writer, and it is my mission to help you find more meaning in your work. In this video, I want to talk about something a little bit more personal to me, which is why you should consider moving away from your hometown. It has officially been 362 days since I moved across the country with my wife, away from everything that I had ever known. Just for a bit of backstory, I have wanted to move away from Iowa, where I was previously living, for a really long time. Really ever since middle school or high school, I was super into downhill skateboarding. I was super into really anything outdoors, and Iowa wasn't always the most fitting place for these activities. And really ever since those days, I wanted to move somewhere that had these activities available abundantly. Moving across country can definitely be scary. It can be difficult. It can be expensive. And I just want to share with you a few of the things that I have learned from this full year being away from home. So let's dive into it right away with number 1, which is your life won't change unless you do. Shortly before I left my job in 2022 at a creative agency, I heard a quote that really resonated with me. And that quote was, let me find it here, "Your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change." That is a quote by Jim Rohn. And I remember scrolling on my computer at work, and I saw this quote, again, probably a few months before I ended up quitting, and it just blew my mind. I was shocked at how much it resonated with me, how much it resonated with my story, and it really was just that final punch in the gut that made me realize that I need to leave this job and I needed change. So again, that kind of led into a whole nother chapter of my life where I started doing some freelance work as a photographer and video guy. And then I did a couple other side hustles here and there, eventually leading into us moving in 2023, late 2023, across the country. Prior to moving across the country, again, while I was at this job, I just felt completely stagnant. I felt so complacent. I felt like I was just stuck. I wasn't making any progress in my career. I wasn't really making any progress in my life. And I just knew I was cut out for more. As I looked more into how I could fix this, really change was the only answer that I could come up with. I needed something different in my life. And really the only main way to do that is to completely surround yourself with a new place, with new people, and new opportunities. And so when we moved across country, again, that was kind of a whole nother story in and of itself, which I'm sure we'll tell someday. But we landed in a place that we had never actually been to before, which was just super unlike me. Well, I guess I would maybe be that way, but my wife definitely wouldn't. So we landed in a place that we had never been to before. This led into me reaching out to people online that I knew had connections in the area that we're in, and reaching out to them to grab a coffee, to meet up for conversations, and really just putting myself out there to make new connections in a new place. One of the biggest things we were craving in a new location was community. Where we were before, just didn't feel like we had community of people that were similar to us, similar age to us, and that was something we were really looking forward to. In my opinion, this is something that's difficult to find no matter where you're at, but I really believe that it comes down to being proactive about it and creating that community for yourself. The main thing that I will say with this one is that changing your location is a surefire way to change your life. You're going to be surrounded by new places, new opportunities, new activities, new people, and all of those things are going to lead into you living a fairly different life. All right, and that leads into number 2, which is it's never too late to reinvent yourself. This sounds a little bit out there, I guess, but it really is true. And I think moving to a new location really does allow you to reevaluate kind of who you are, what you believe, what kind of things you're into, who you want to hang out with, what activities you like to do and spend your time on, and then be able to chase those things in a new way. Maybe you've seen The Count of Monte Cristo, and this is an amazing story of somebody reinventing themselves. Maybe you haven't seen the movie and this is completely irrelevant. The movie's just a straight up banger. If you haven't seen it, would definitely recommend. Everything that you've ever known or really thought about yourself is a result of your past. And sometimes when you live in the same place for all or majority of your life kind of revolves around that place and the memories that it brings you. One way to overcome this is to obviously move away from that place, and therefore you're no longer surrounded by this feeling of having a memory on every corner of every street and really just affiliating yourself and your past self with these particular places. Not to mention, you naturally become familiar or comfortable in this place, which is not always conducive to growth and becoming the person that you want to be. So, again, moving away is just a really good way to kind of forget that past self that you maybe have grown out of or aren't really wanting to be anymore, and allowing you to find your new self. Again, I'm not trying to sound ridiculous here, but I do think there is a lot of research, science, and even just emotion that goes into being able to express yourself in a new way around new people and in a new place. That has been something that has been super beneficial for me personally, and I'm super stoked to have that opportunity. And that leads into number 3, which is that moving away forces you to get out of your comfort zone. Again, this is kind of a cliche that getting out of your comfort zone is the beginning of opportunity or something like that. I don't know, I can't think of the quote off the top of my head. But when you get into a new city, again, you're literally forced to meet people if you want friends. There's really no way around it. You have to put yourself out there. You have to reach out to somebody. You have to DM somebody new. You have to send a message to this person or that person and offer to meet up with them. Again, we moved to a place where we had never been before. Therefore, we literally knew nobody. Fortunately, we had some connections through a ministry, and we're able to connect with some awesome people through that. And so that definitely was a major advantage. However, if you move somewhere new, you are definitely going to have to reach out to new people and put yourself out there, and therefore get out of your comfort zone. For me, I'm not a super extroverted person. However, reaching out to people to grab a coffee was super liberating for me. It was super fun for me to sit down with new people, to get to know them, and to learn about them and how we could potentially mesh as friends. One thing to keep in mind here is that pretty much every single person is going to be open to a new friendship. I don't know anyone that isn't always looking for new friends, and I don't know anyone who's going to turn you away because they think you're weird or scary or not a part of the friend group. Most people are either lonely or are always looking for new friends. And so put yourself out there. That would be my word of encouragement, is to reach out to somebody who you think you might connect with. If you guys are interested in the same things or have the similar interests, reach out to them, grab a coffee, send them an email. You could always meet virtually first. Again, I think community is a major thing that most people are lacking in their lives, and most of the time it's up to you to create it. Number 4 is that novelty breeds creativity. So when you are in a new place, you're going to be more creative. Less than 1 month after moving away from my hometown to a brand new place across the country, I started this YouTube channel that you're watching right now. And I truly don't know, obviously I have no way of knowing if I would have started that YouTube channel had I not moved across country. There's just something about being in a new place that just kind of got my mind going. It really got me thinking about what I want to be doing, what I could be doing, what opportunities are there for me given my interests and my experience. And that led to me starting this YouTube channel here. To connect this with the whole change aspect, my life wasn't going to change unless I did. And so starting this YouTube channel was one way to do that. And finally, number 5 is that when you move, possibilities feel endless. Again, this might sound like a little bit of a cliche, but truly when you move somewhere new, the possibilities do feel endless. This is partially because you're forced to seek new opportunities, whether that's a new job, new friendships, new places to explore, new places to work out. You really have to rebuild your life from the bottom up, but it also allows you to see things from a new point of view and realize that there's so many opportunities out there. It's just a matter of making them happen. When you move to a new place, the things that used to hold you back or used to have a hold on you no longer have as strong of a grip. This can be related to the physical location itself, and again, the memories and just the experiences you had in that place, and then now being in a new one, or it can just be a mental, metaphorical thing as well. And from a little bit more biological perspective, you literally have to do what you need to do in order to survive in this new place. And again, that could be finding a new job. This could be finding new friends. And really all of these things that used to be so comfortable or familiar to you are now a challenge for you to solve. So to wrap it up, I will end it with this. If you feel limited in your thoughts and in your actions, moving to a new location might just be exactly what you're looking for. It has definitely changed my life in many beneficial ways, and it is something that I wish I would have done sooner in my life. So if that means anything for you personally, take it as you wish. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments down below. It's a little different than what I normally post, but I do enjoy sharing more of these life tidbits. If you're new to the channel, I have a free course called the Content Clarity Crash Course, which gives you 8 days of journal prompts straight to your email inbox. If you want to sign up for that, I'll have a link down below in the description. And I'll also have my email newsletter called the Stoke Seminar, which is an email that I send out each weekend to help you seek your stoke in your life and live more creatively. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm stoked that you're here. I will see you in the next one. Peace.